Hello again, football fans. Welcome to your WGFP Week 12 3-minute update. It is Week 12, which means it's Thanksgiving, but also it's rivalry week. So let's get started. Looking back at last week, there was a close one in Miami when they almost snuck up on Louisville and kept it close. Virginia, man, once again, just shows up as world beaters when they couldn't find their way off the bus at the first of the season. Georgia, man, continues their winning ways, this time with a spanking up in Tennessee. Tennessee made it interesting for about the first two possessions, and after that it was over. Out on the West Coast, Washington faces off against Oregon State and won, but not by a convincing fashion. So didn't really change anybody's records up at the top, but just shows you maybe not so strong. Meanwhile, Gators got close on Missouri, but not quite. So what did that do to the scoreboard? Richard, congratulations. Nice win this week. Lowell, 2 weeks in a row now, comes in second by just 1 point. Meanwhile, Brian, myself, and Abby are all tied up in number 3. Brian, as the future son-in-law, don't show us up by always winning. On the other hand, you were smart. You said, just by the tiebreaker, I'll let you tie me on the score. So smart move. So season to date, Rick back up at the top. Nicely done, hanging on. Swapping below you, though, Abby jumps up into second, still 6 points behind. So your lead hadn't changed, just who held it. Andy right behind at 9-19. Meanwhile, on the other end of the spectrum, there were some surprises there where Luke and Haley are still hanging on, but Lewis, in a remarkable feat of self-denial, scored a 58 this week to rightfully claim his place at the bottom. I guess you really want to do your updates more than anybody else, so good on you, Lou. So looking ahead, this is going to be a lot of fun. Starts on Thursday, so be sure you got to get your picks in early this week. So we've got the Egg Bowl, where you've got still the unled Mississippi State facing off against Ole Miss. Could be an interesting game. Moving forward, you get to Friday. You've got several good games, including Miami, Boston College, and then back in with the Oregon State, this time versus their cross-state rivals, Oregon. The Big Ten showdown starts on Saturday, where you've got Ohio State, Michigan for really what's going to be the claim to represent, I think, the Big Ten in the playoff this year. So that'll be a fun one to watch. Meanwhile, there's so many cross-state rivalries: Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida. It goes on and on. The fun part about it, though, is being able to just pick a few of those games this week. It was hard to keep it at 13. So with that, we can move on. Do me a favor. Don't forget your picks are due Thursday this week before the first game. Otherwise, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. See you later.